Okay, we're working on a couple things. One is our posture. Okay, I want you to get used to when you're playing like this. Your pinky has to travel really far to drop down, right? But if you can get used to having the posture like this for this song, so first finger on 8, middle finger on 9, and that way when you're going to put the pinky down, it just drops because you don't have to move your wrist at the same time. Okay, so the biggest thing is to memorize measure 2. Let's look at it, right? So you have, I want you to do measure 2 enough that you can stop looking at the page and look at your hand. And that way you can keep yourself from doing this and lock into this posture instead. Sorry. So now I don't have to travel very far. I just drop my pinky. This would require a ton of flexibility, right? But when you're here, it doesn't require as much, okay? And then, once you get the hang of that, try and do the whole first part of the phrase with your hand adjusted. Starting here. That feels different when you get that down. Okay? But if you focus on measure 2 first, and then try and make this whole phrase that way with your wrist turned this way, it'll be easier to keep it the whole time. Okay? So that's the main focus, measure 2. Other thing we're working on is trying to just keep our fingers straight down, work on the flexibility. So we're going to do the caterpillar, with your as far up as your pinky being on 12. So start with your first finger on the 9th fret. Okay, same thing. You don't want this. You want this. Straight down on every single finger. You can play them if you want. So you're trying to get straight down on each finger and exaggerate that. Back up 1 fret. So you're looking for really nice straight fingers. Keep going. And you're going to go all the way down to the 1st fret. Okay? Still getting a great sound. And once it starts to feel like you're having a stretch and it hurts, don't go any further. So if you can get all the way down, that's great. But it needs to sound good and feel okay. Stretch is good. Pain is not. Okay? Because that's really difficult to do and get a nice sound and be straight down. The next thing you do is do the exact same thing on the 2nd string. So you're going over the strings as much as you can, straight down. Make sure the pinky is as straight down as you can get it. Exaggerate it. Go as far as you can. If it starts to hurt, don't do it anymore. Because even if you can only get down to here right now, if you do that a couple of days, you'll find yourself going a little bit further the next day and a little bit further a couple of days later, and then by the end of the week you might be here. You know what I mean? So it just takes some time. The last thing we did last time is on measure, we'll start with measure 4. When we go from the pickup again, so we go from middle of measure 4, we go to 7, 9 again, and we're starting the phrase over again. And we ended on pinky, right? Pinky was on 12. That's where we're stopping. So we're going to start this next part with our pinky on 12. And then what happens after that is your first finger is going to jump to 8. Okay, you can let go of this guy and move to 8 on the 2nd string. Okay, and that's what we're going to focus on right now. You're going to go from 8 and slide up to 12. Okay, so I really want you to be going from 8 to 12 and look at your left hand. And I'd really be focusing on the 12th fret. So you're staring at the 12th fret, so you land on 12. Anywhere you're staring, you should be able to make it. If I wanted to go to 10, if I wanted to go to 11, 12, 13, all I have to do is look at the fret I'm going to, okay? So in this case, we're going from 8 to 12. So if you just stare at 12 and get a good slide, okay? The next thing that's going to happen is, as soon as you're done with that, you're going to drop your middle finger down on the 12th fret of the 1st string. Now you end up with this. Okay, focus on that. All right, once that feels good, you can finish that roll, because then it just goes. Okay, so then you'd add that. Okay, once that feels good, the next thing you're going to do is take both of these fingers and move them up 2 frets to 14. Okay, both of them together. Even though we're not going to play this finger, I'm still going to move them both up. Okay, you're going to go from the 12th fret, both these fingers being here, and move them up to the 14th fret, and then hit that first string. Okay, starting over again. First finger's on 8, slide up, drop your middle finger, play the roll. Move both fingers up to 14, and play the first string. One more time. Okay, the reason we're doing that is because our next thing we're going to do is go first finger moves up to the 15th fret and pinky is going to go on the 17th fret. So both of these dots. Okay, so again, we're going from the 12th fret together, then 2 more frets to 14, and then the next thing is going to be 15 and 17. Okay, again, I'm not playing the actual song right now, I'm just playing the notes. So 12 and 12, 14 and 14, and then 15 and 17. Notice that my wrist just went this way to accommodate that stretch. That's what's going to help. The other exercise we're doing here will help with that too. 12, 14, 15, and 17 together. Okay. Now here's what's going to happen. We're going to go from this 8th fret, drop our middle finger, play the roll, play the 12th fret, move both fingers up to the 14th fret, play the 14th fret of the first string. Then you're going to move up to this next thing. First finger goes to 15, pinky goes to 17, and we're going to play that 17th fret. Okay? That's where we're going to end because the next roll uses that 15th fret. But I want you to stop right there. I want you to get your fingers where they should be and just play the 17th fret and stop. Okay? So the new section sounds like this. Here comes again. Okay, so it feels a little funny moving these fingers when you're not playing them, but trust me, by the time we get to this roll, you'll be glad you have that guy down. Okay? All right, that pretty much does it for this week, and yeah, I'll see you in person next time.